Hi YouTube, how are you all doing? I'm going to do a quick video today on setting up audio on the Drift Ghost SHD. So setting up in this little beauty here, I'll show you the menus we need to go into, and I'll show you how we link up the conversations on the videos, so how we get the two-way conversations. We've had a couple of queries regarding how to record the Cardo Packtalk, you know, the actual voice commands on there. So how do we get the two-way conversation on the videos? It's quite a simple process. It's done purely from editing. We get two drift cameras. I've got two on mine, and Ray has two cameras on his. We simply take the two audio tracks out of the two main cameras and marry them together. It is as simple as that. But that's done all post-production before we put the video out. But what I'll do is I'll show you what settings I use on the camera and what audio settings we use. Hopefully that'll help you guys, especially to a couple of my subscribers who have put requests in for me to do this video. I hope this helps you boys. It's very simple. If you know how to use a basic editing software, it is literally a case of just lining up two video tracks. Once you get it right, there you go. Hi guys, well people have asked me how do I get the audio onto the Drift camera. So, on the back of the Drift here, if you get the one with the plate, waterproof plate in the back, I've got one for a microphone input and one for a USB input, and you can actually charge the Drifts while you're recording them. So if you want to put a USB cable and put it into a power pack, you can do that. Today all we're interested in is this little phone connection, which is the microphone. When you connect the Drift camera to the microphone, that's where you get your audio from. Now here in the helmet, I doubt the camera's going to pick this up. There's actually two microphones in there, one for the Cardo Packtalk and one for my Drift camera. My Drift camera's actually this one here. You can see the two microphones. Now what I'll do is I mount the Drift on the helmet. There's my mounting bracket there for it. I've got the microphone lead right the way through inside all the padding, bring it out the back and connect that phono lead up to the camera, and it literally is as easy as that. So that'll plug into there. Once I plug it in, I'll do that now. Once that's plugged in, you've got an audio feed into the camera. Okay. Hi guys, right, so this is my Ghost SHD, my main one that I use. Let's see if I can get this so it focuses right. This is the one I use, well my main cameras I use on my helmet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the menus that we go into. Now at the top of the Ghost camera, you've got your menu button, and you've got two left and right commands, and of course you've got the on-off button there. So when you click on the menu button, which is this one here, you get this menu. Let's hope this is going to be clear. So to select, you literally press your right and left arrows. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you the audio settings. So on here you've got all different commands, and you can just scroll down to get to the right one. Now on this one, mic sensitivity, forgive me if this is out of focus guys, you've got three different settings on the mic sensitivity. What I tend to do, so you've got these little three bars here, I always keep the mic sensitivity on the minimum possible. Let's get this clear. There we go. So I tend to keep the mic sensitivity on the minimum one. Let's go up there so you can see it. So you can see you've got three lines there. Keep the mic sensitivity on the minimum. That way you get the less amount of wind noise through the helmet, and also your voice doesn't sound like you're in some sort of arcade effectively. Okay, so that's on mic sensitivity. Always keep that at the minimum possible setting. Right, on here you can see that I'm currently set the resolution as 720 frames, 720p, but the frame rate is at 60 frames per second. Now I always film at 60 frames per second purely if you're doing any slow-mo shots on the Ghost SHD, it looks a little clearer on 60 frames per second. Normal footage, if you want to film, you can do it at 30 frames per second. Now on this one, when you do it at the 60 frames per second, it is a little bit clearer. Now, a few people have asked me, you've got a camera that films at 1080p, why don't you actually use it? I film at 720 because you get more space on a 64 gig card, and you know, space is a premium when you're doing a tour, so that's one of the reasons I actually do that. Secondly, I have actually filmed a couple of the videos at 1080p and no one's actually noticed. In fairness, I can't tell a massive difference between them. There was one day on our Spanish tour that was filmed at 1080, purely because I forgot to set the details on the volume battery in. However, no one's complained to 720. I think it's you know, clear enough, and plus it uses less space on the camera. Now what I'm going to try and do now is show you the computer screen and show you how we actually line up the actual process. Hi guys, well, this is going to look awful this, but you can probably see I've got a couple of what we call video tracks here. Now if I show you this one, just to zoom in, I have what we call a line-up process, and then I actually do the video. Now here, this track up here is actually Ray's footage, and this track down here is my footage, and then in between we've got my rear camera and Ray's front camera, which he uses on his mud guard. Now to line up the process, I will simply select a point where Ray's talking and where I'm talking. So getting a sneak peek of the third episode here. If I press play there. That's it. Filming. Yeah, filming. Okay. Now I don't know if you heard that. That was me closing my visor. Now because of that, I'm making a sound so I can line up the two videos. Both videos are recording at the same time, so either clap your hands or you close one of you close the visor, and all that does is line up these two tracks, and then we simply move these tracks and line them into position, and that's how it's as easy as that. That's how I get the two-way conversation. It is two separate video tracks with audio, and we just match them up until the voices are synchronized. And any software has this. However, if I go to what we call an audio offset, I get it so it's firstly lined up, and then on here, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, you can move one frame each way or 5 frames each way, and that is how I guess the voice synchronized, and it literally is as easy as that. There's no fancy recording software with regards to using the Cardo Packtalks, recording the communication. It is simply lining up two videos, you get it virtually right, press play, and you get your two-way conversation. So as you can see on this basic video I put together for part 3, there's 4 tracks, and of course if I add then a 5th track it'll have music on it, etc. So using as an example, here is part 2, which is now live. If I scroll along, you can see here this is Ray's footage. Now Ray only had his front camera recording this day because his battery had gone in the stealth. This is my rear footage, and this is my helmet footage down here. And then if one had I don't know, a music track in the background, I had a further track on here. And what we can do to swap views between each camera, whichever one you want to swap, I literally take that and I can move that along and move it to another point. So I'll unlock that, for example. If I wanted to, I could move the track down there, move this track up, and vice versa. And that's simply how we get the difference between the two shots, or that we might have a difference of 4 shots, etc. And that basically is it. So I hope that's helped you. It probably hasn't, I don't know, but it literally is a very basic video today to show you what my audio settings are on the Drift and how we get the two-way conversation. So that's it guys. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope that's been of some help to you, and literally that is it. So thank you, take care, see you next time.